Good morning, good morning. It's really lovely here. We're in between two bouts of rain and today is perfect. It's dry, it's warm, it's sunny. It's a perfect day to go out and do some harvesting of the wild spring weeds. And today I'm really going out to look for dandelion because I've been checking my apothecary here to see what needs to be replenished. And the dandelion, I've only one bottle left. And why would we bother with dandelion? I mean, so many people are spraying it and trying to kill it off, but it's actually one of the most beneficial wild plants that we have, and everybody should be taking it really because it helps the kidneys, the liver, the skin, the teeth, blood pressure, everything. So I'm going to head outside, collect some of the dandelions that I've spotted, and we'll talk a bit more about it. And then if you stay to the end, you can see how we can use dandelion as medicine. I'll show you some different ways to use it. Wow, blue sky, fluffy white clouds. What could be better? So look, there's a few here. One of the things I've noticed when you're going out to harvest something, you just tend to suddenly see it everywhere. So I've got my little trowel here. First of all, I'm going to take the flower heads because they are medicine and food. You could put these into your salad, but you can also make a medicine with them. And we'll take that one. So of course these are food for pollinating insects, so I'm not going to take that one because there's a little bee on it already. There's another little fly or something on that one. So always just take 5 to 10% of any little group of plants that you're harvesting. So oh look, here's one as well, but I'll leave that. Here's more. Let me see if I can get any leaves, if we can get this one out, because we're looking for roots as well. Oh, now, so we've got leaves. Look at the way the leaf is shaped. It's very indicative of dandelion because we've got these sharp teeth. We've got the flower head on one single hollow stem. There's lots of flowers that look like dandelion, but they might be on multiple brackets coming off the stem. And the root, you can see the root is white inside. So there we have. So there's lots more down here. Oh, what a lovely day. Now, here, I'll go to that patch. There's lots to gather on the way back. Now look at this little flower. I'll show you. Now that might look to some people like a dandelion flower, but I'll just show you the difference because it is a little bit confusing. Okay, here is a dandelion. This is a coltsfoot. They're very similar, but look at the difference in the stem. This is a plain hollow stem. It has latex, like a white milky fluid inside. This is coltsfoot. It's quite scaled. There's like little scales on the stem. And obviously the dandelion flower is larger in this case. So we're looking for dandelions. And obviously the leaves are very distinctive as well. Now I'm heading for this bunch here. Lovely, lovely clump of dandelions. So all of these flowers can come. And as I said, they're very nice. They add a beautiful, beautiful touch of colour into a salad. So I want the leaves and the roots as well. Oh, that's coming up pretty easily. Just loosen it because it's easy to, you know, for the roots to break off. So I just want to get in there, leverage that out. Let's see. Uh-oh. Oh, look. Look at these, fantastic. See the whiteness of the root inside? Look at that, that's fantastic. So there's several dandelions here. So I'll tell you why we're using dandelions. So the roots are excellent for the liver. They support and help tone the liver, clean the liver, make it more efficient. So if your liver is efficient, everything else is going to just fall into place and work in a much better way. So after the sedentary time of winter and being sloth-like, we're waking up now with the beautiful sunshine and the fresh spring weather, and we want to feel more energized and active, and that's where those beautiful roots, I'm absolutely thrilled with those. This is where the roots come in. So we can do several things with the roots, which I'll talk about inside. And then the leaves are excellent for the kidneys. And again, the kidneys are an organ of elimination. We want them to work smoothly. We want them to work efficiently. And they may need a little bit of help again after being sedentary through the winter. So the leaves are a diuretic. So they're going to help you eliminate waste through urine. And that will also help to relieve blood pressure. But one of the good things about dandelion as a diuretic is that it has a lot of potassium. So your salts don't become imbalanced as they would do with a pharmaceutical diuretic. Plus, lots of diuretics that you may get from your practitioner, they can not only relieve you of your potassium, but they can also relieve you of your B vitamins and your magnesium. So you really need to keep those things in the body to protect the heart. So this ultimately is good for the heart. And if something is also good for the liver, that's going to impact on the skin. So you have fresher, clearer skin. So dandelion is really looking after many systems in the body. And of course, the leaves can also be added into your salad because the bitterness of the leaves stimulate the digestive system, making it work better for you so that you absorb all the nutrients from your food. But on top of that, the leaves can also, if you chew them up, can help restore your teeth enamel. Okay, now that is enough for one morning's harvesting because there's a lot of processing to do here. So I'm going to go back to the house and I'll show you how to make medicine with this lovely, look at it, beautiful dandelion. Come on, Jazz and Brooke. So I just want to impress on people that it's easy to get carried away with enthusiasm and rush out and harvest everything you see, but there's no need to do that because look at all I have here after just about 5 minutes or less. And I have enough to make enough medicine for all of these jars. And I can go out another day and get more because dandelions, you know, they're here for the summer really. So this time I'm taking all the flowers off and I'm going to cover them with oil And that will be used, when that's infused after 6 weeks, that will be used to make a salve. And the salve will be used for people who have rheumatic or arthritic pain in their joints and muscles. So it can be rubbed on to relieve pain. So you see, dandelion is one of those wonderful plants that just is amazingly generous and altruistic. Okay, so I've taken off the heads and I'm just going to leave those to sit there for a few minutes just to kind of wilt before I make infuse them in oil. So I'm going to separate the leaves and the roots. With roots, we can tincture them fresh, which is what I'm going to do now. We can dry them and put them with the dried leaves, and then we can make a tea by decocting the roots. If you want to know what all these terms mean, you might think about doing the herbal medicine course, which is a digital course, and I explain all of this medicine making in much more detail than I can do here. But we're going to make teas, tinctures and decoctions with the roots. Just going to cut off the roots, put that in the sink to be washed. We'll keep the leaves separate. And these, just fabulous. So I've separated the leaves, the roots and the flowers, and we're chopping them all up. The roots, some of them are quite large, so I'm going to split them down the middle before I chop them in half. So we're chopping it up as small as we can to ensure that there's lots of surface area available for the alcohol to extract all the vitamins and minerals and all the bitter principle and all the other good things that are in the dandelion, all that medicine, so that we can then benefit from it. All the roots are chopped up, and I'm now going to chop the leaves. Now, I've got leaves left here which I could dry in a paper bag or in a dehydrator, and I've got the flowers. It's very difficult to dry the flowers because they turn straight into the seed heads and then you're just left with a pile of fluff. So I'm going to put a couple of flowers in with this. So this is going to make a tincture, and to do that I'm just going to fill the jar. So I have what's called this is a full plant tincture because I have the roots and I have the leaves and I have a couple of flowers. So when you're making a tincture, it's the exact same process for any plant, because some people have said, well, how do you make a tincture for this plant? Exactly the same. You chop up the ingredients as finely as you can, you pop them into your jar, and then you cover them with alcohol. Now your alcohol has to be 40% proof, otherwise it's not going to extract everything. Now when I say 40% proof, I'm talking about European measurements. It's slightly different in the US. I think you would literally say 80 to 100% proof, but it's the same thing. It's just the way it's manufactured. Just make sure there are no bubbles in here. You can use vodka. I use vodka because it doesn't really have any taste and it's perfect clear liquid, so you can see when the tincture is made how it changes colour because it's extracted so many of those wonderful constituents. But you could use whiskey and you could use gin, although I don't know why you would. Put the lid on. Always label, because I'm not kidding when I say you can end up with waste because you just don't know what it is. You think you'll remember, but you never do. So on this label, I'm saying dandelion root and leaf tincture, because I could just make a root tincture or I could just make a leaf tincture. But today I've got both. And today's date, it's the 1st of April. Although it is after midday, so this is not a joke. So that is my tincture there. I've got leaves to dry for tea, because it's nice to have a dandelion tea. And I've got these few little flowers, and I'm going to make a salve with the flowers. So they go into the jar. They've wilted now for about half an hour, but because they're fresh, I'm putting in a little capful of vodka to prevent spoilage. And I put in my olive oil, and we just cover, and this is organic olive oil. So that's going to cover these, and they're going to infuse for about 4 to 6 weeks as well. So the dandelion flowers are going to infuse in the oil for 4 to 6 weeks. Again, I'm labeling. And then that oil will be strained off, and with cocoa butter and beeswax, it will be blended to make a salve. So one plant, we can make so much medicine. We can make teas, we can make decoctions, we can make tinctures, we can make oil infused salves. And it's really brilliant to think that this is something that grows right outside. It's free. You can even put it into your salad. You can improve your teeth, and you have that wonderful experience of being creative, which is empowering, because you're creating your own medicine, and that can never be spoken of too lightly. That is so powerful and amazing. So I hope you get happily crafting over Easter. It's a perfect time of year. Everything is so fresh and vibrant, and you will not be sorry that you've made yourself, treated yourself, loved your body enough to make medicine like this. So let me know if you're making medicines. Let me know how you get on with your dandelion. There's dozens of other recipes. People are making cough syrups, they're making soft drinks, they're making marmalades and things. Just be as creative as you can be and come up with something wonderful, and share it in the comments below. And all the other details about the herbal course that I mentioned are in the box below. So have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next week. I hope you enjoyed today's film. If you did, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And have a look at the website danusirishherbgarden.com for more information about us and about the herbal medicine courses I offer and the Wise Woman Way training. And if you go to the shop, you can find the books, the weed handbooks and other herbal goodies. And remember, we put a new film out every Sunday. So looking forward to seeing you next week.